I am not Morgan Freeman, and what you see is not real.
Wait a second.
That wasn't the real Morgan Freeman you just saw. It was an AI deepfake.
All right, today we are diving headfirst into that really blurry line between what's real and what's fake online. We're talking about deepfakes, of course, but maybe more importantly, we're looking at the incredible technological race to actually detect them.
You know, it's a question we really have to start asking ourselves more and more. The rise of this incredibly realistic AI-generated content, well, it's challenging our basic trust in what we see and hear. So, to kick things off, let's get a really clear idea of what we're actually up against. So, what is a deepfake exactly? Well, at its core, it's synthetic media. Using these super powerful deep learning algorithms, a creator can take one person's face and just convincingly graft it onto someone else's body in a video. And when it works well, the result is totally seamless, and that's where the trouble really begins.
And it is serious trouble. I mean, make no mistake, this tech isn't just for making funny internet memes. It poses a very, very real threat to our personal privacy, to the integrity of democratic elections, and yeah, even to national security.
Okay, so to figure out how to fight these fakes, we first have to understand how they're actually built. So let's take a look at the anatomy of a deepfake. Generally, you can break down deepfake manipulations into about three main categories. We've got the classic face swapping, the more subtle but tricky lip syncing, and then this really futuristic sounding technique called puppet master. First up, you have face swapping. This is the one most of us probably think of, right? It's the original deepfake technique. You're literally lifting a target's face, let's say a famous actor, and digitally mapping it onto a totally different video.
Then there's lip sync. And this is where things get, well, a lot more sinister. An algorithm can alter a person's mouth in a video so it perfectly matches a completely new audio track. You could literally make it look like a politician is confessing to a crime they never committed, all by faking their words.
And this next one, this is where it gets truly wild. With the puppet master technique, a creator can actually animate someone else's face in real time. Just imagine controlling a world leader's facial expressions during what looks like a live broadcast, just by moving your own face. The potential for chaos there is just enormous.
But here is the good news, at least for now. Making a truly flawless, high-quality deepfake is incredibly hard. They're not perfect, and crucially, they leave clues behind.
For starters, generating these fakes takes a massive amount of computing power. But even more important for us, the process itself often messes with the final image quality, introducing these tiny little errors and artifacts that the creator might not even see. And those little errors, those are exactly what researchers are hunting for, which brings us to the other side of this whole battle, the fight against the fakes. You can really think of this as a technological arms race. On one side, you've got the creators, and they're pushing for perfect, totally undetectable realism. And on the other side, you have the detectors, who are constantly searching for those tiny flaws that give the whole game away. These researchers are basically digital detectives. They're running a kind of forensic analysis on media, hunting for the fingerprints that the AI just inevitably leaves behind when it's creating the forgery.
So, the first and most common type of clue is what we call visual artifacts. These are the little glitches, the tiny imperfections that our eyes might just glance over, but a machine can spot in a second.
The research paper we looked at puts it perfectly. To make a fake face fit naturally onto a new head, the algorithm has to warp and stretch it. That process has a technical name, an affine transformation, but it's not perfect. Just think of it like trying to perfectly wrap a picture around a basketball. You're going to get tiny wrinkles and weird distortions. Well, those distortions are the markers that scream, "This video has been faked."
All right, clue number 2 is what you could call an algorithmic fingerprint. Now, instead of just looking for visual mistakes, this approach uses AI to fight AI.
So how do they do that? Well, researchers can train a special kind of AI. In this case, something called a support vector machine. You don't need to remember the name, just what it does. Think of it like a bouncer for reality. You show it thousands and thousands of real videos and thousands of fake ones, and it literally learns to spot the almost invisible tells of a forgery, these subtle patterns that are unique to AI-generated stuff. And this isn't just random guesswork, not at all. Researchers use these highly structured, systematic processes to build their detection tools. The diagram you're seeing here shows one called CRISP-DM. Again, forget the acronym.
All you need to know is that it's basically the scientific method for data science. It's this rigorous cycle of testing and retesting to make sure the detection tools are as reliable as they possibly can be.
So, where does this constant back and forth leave us? We are in the middle of an evolving arms race, and believe me, this fight is far from over.
I mean, it is a constant struggle. As soon as a new detection method gets developed, you can bet the deepfake creators are already working to get around it. It's a cycle, and it means the research community can never, ever stand still.
So, what's the path forward? Well, it's really about three things. On the tech side, the detection methods have to constantly adapt. For us, the public, we have to raise awareness that this stuff even exists. And finally, that awareness has to change how we behave. It has to encourage all of us to be just a little more critical about the media we see every single day.
Because really, the ultimate goal of all this research, of this entire struggle, is to restore and maintain trust. It's all about making sure we have some kind of shared reality and that we can still believe in the authenticity of our digital world.
Which, of course, leaves us with one final, pretty heavy question. As this technology gets better and better, what happens when we just can't tell the difference anymore? In a world of perfect fakes, how will we ever agree on what is real? It's something we're all going to have to think about. Thanks for tuning in.